world. And so, if in any measure I can invest in any of y'all tonight and make you better understand the product, and because people aren't going to buy things that they don't know about, and you're not going to sell things that you don't know about. So let's learn together. So I'm going to, as Nancy said, be talking about the Prime Anti-Aging line. So there's my disclaimer. I don't have any sort of medical degrees, and I'm not trying to diagnose or treat anybody or say I have all the answers. So, take you back to high school chemistry just for a little bit, because a lot of the foundations and ingredients in the isotonics and the anti-aging have to do with antioxidants. And so if you can understand just the basic chemistry behind it, I think it will make a lot of the products make a little bit more sense. So this is basically an atom. You have protons, neutrons, electrons, orbiting. Electrons have a negative charge, protons have a positive. There should be the same balance between the protons and the electrons. Electrons are, like I said, orbiting around the outside, and electrons are the smallest part of an atom, and they're in constant motion, and atomic bonds are made with atoms that turn them into molecules and compounds by either sharing or transferring the electrons. So that's where the magic happens, is in the electrons. So you'll also hear that antioxidants really go after the free radicals. And free radicals are a reactive atom or group of atoms that has one or more unpaired electrons. So now they have a charge because there's more protons than electrons. And these free radicals are produced in the body by natural biological processes or introduced from the outside, which would be smoking, tobacco, toxins, pollutants. And these free radicals can damage your cells, your proteins, and DNA, and alter their chemical structure. So you see the free radical there is taking the electrons from healthy cells. Multiple ones are being taken until it's no longer a healthy cell anymore. And so antioxidants, what they do is they donate electrons to free radicals and then create, now they're a healthy cell. Okay? And there's many different types of antioxidants. Whenever I was looking into the Market America line, I was like, good grief, why do you need so many antioxidants? And which one do I choose, you know? And, you know, is that one more important? And now I'm like, this is kind of overwhelming. So I've really been blessed to learn about this a little bit, because I've learned that there's endogenous, which they're produced in the body. I didn't say these out loud, so it makes sense. Exogenous, which you get them from outside, like in your diet. Then you have, and that's the origin of them, or you have chemical composition, which means enzymatic. They're intracellular or non-enzymatic. They're present outside of the cells. And then there's fat soluble and water soluble. And then they have, these antioxidants have different actions or functions. And so that's why you need all of them, because some of them you need to interact with fats, some water. You have preventative antioxidants that they suppress the formation of free radicals. And then you have scavenging antioxidants, and they inhibit the chain initiation. They inhibit them from linking together and gaining strength in your body. Then you have repairing antioxidants, and they reconstitute the cell membrane. And then you have adaptation agents, antioxidants, and they generate the appropriate antioxidant enzymes and transfer them to the site of action where you need to be healed. So this is why there's so many. And we have so many good ones. Now that I understand the reason, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. This is really cool. So I'm not going to go into these, but these are some of the ones that we carry. And this slideshow will be available to you, and so you can look at the different ones and see their different functions, and then that'll help you decide what's right for you, what's right for your customers. So, interestingly enough, oxygen is one of the dominant free radicals and has the most effect on biological systems. It's a very unstable molecule because instead of just having one unpaired electron on the outside, it has two unpaired electrons on the outside, so it's very reactive. So you're going to hear a little bit about ORAC value. And so it's good to kind of know what that is. ORAC means oxygen radical absorbance capacity, which basically is a measurement of antioxidant capacity in different foods and supplements that indicate the measure of its ability to slow the oxidative process and free radical damage that contributes to age-related degeneration and disease. And this will come up as we go through different oxidants, and especially the Yes, that one. Exactly. Very good. So the first product we're going to discuss tonight is the Prime Joint Support Formula, which we all know. So he was talking about, he played 17 years in the NBA, had over 15 surgeries, had a lot of scar tissue. I watched the interview. He was very inhibited in his ability to play golf, and okay, now I want to go on and live my life and do fun things, and he was really inhibited by all of this scar tissue and all of his injuries. And so he's found that the Prime Joint Support Formula allows him to be able to engage in those activities, have the mobility, be free of pain, and so it's really worked for him. So he's a bona fide party supporter. So on the left, that's normal joint space in your joints. On the right, that's what pain looks like. So you see not a lot of joint space, you see calcification around the edges of the bone, like you've got all sorts of issues there. For an optimal joint, you see you have cartilage around the bone, and then you have synovium, which you have synovial fluid in between, and we'll talk about that. So on the right, you see where there's inflammation, degeneration, a reduction of the space in the synovial fluid. So, entree, Prime Joint Support Formula. So we have pycnogenol, which we all love and know, and that's the antioxidant property in this formula. And then we have glucosamine, which is an important component within synovial fluid and cartilage. And glucosamine, really interestingly enough, they don't even mention it in all of this, but it has great properties for your digestive system. It's an anti-inflammatory as well. It protects and repairs intestinal lining, combats stomach, bladder, and intestinal irritation, helps with IBS and leaky gut syndrome, and it helps rebuild tissues and bones after fractures and injuries. So it's very good. So, and then we have hyaluronic acid, and that naturally diminishes with age, and it provides tissue hydration and lubrication, and inhibits enzymes which break down the cartilage. And so all through school, I do these little memory aids that help me. So I'm going to make sure you never forget hyaluronic acid. Okay? So the first one is hiya. Say hiya. Hiya. Very good. Like feeling a little, like you've ever been hangry, you know? Well, this is a variation of that. So a little loopy, and then that's a little ironic, if you ask me. So you have hiya. Hyaluronic. So say hyaluronic. Hyaluronic. Very good. So synovial fluid, which I spelled that wrong, sorry, is 10 times slicker than a wet ice cube on a sheer pane of glass, according to Dr. Ed. So that's pretty clever. So synovial fluid actually has itself the same consistency as water. But when you add hyaluronic acid to it, it gives the synovial fluid its viscous consistency, which makes it very slick. And hyaluronic acid can actually hold 1,000 times its weight in water. So, and interestingly enough, synovial fluid, a lot of times we get these products and we're like, why does it have glucose in it? Why does it have this or that? And there's actually really, when you research, and Dr. Ed said the same thing, there's really a reason for most every product, I mean every ingredient. There's no binders, there's no fillers, there's a reason. And glucose, actually, there's the same amount of glucose in the synovial fluid as there is in your blood. And so a lot of the times, like when you have the glucose and the isotonics, and in addition just to making it taste better, because some of these products are bitter, without it, but it also helps it cross that blood-brain barrier. It helps it's like a carrier for those nutrients into your body system, because our bodies love our sugar, don't we? Yes, we do. So, prime joint support. Here's the benefits: reduce inflammation, maintain healthy joint fluidity and flexibility, promotes cartilage synthesis and regeneration, optimal joint health, joint comfort, and lives at the bottom. Okay, so here's just comparative. It's all in the synergy with these products. It's all in the combinations, and a lot of times you'll see whenever you compare Market America to other products, they really do a great job of combining synergistic products that really work together and create the total package. And so, like with this one, we have pycnogenol, glucosamine, and hyaluronic acid. And so you'll notice that there's some ingredients that we don't have in there that you normally see in joint health, and there's a reason for that. And so MSM that you'll hear about a lot there's inconclusive research, but there's also, it's one of those that when you take it, you have to take it by the gram. Like there's a lot of, you have to take a lot of it for it to benefit. And chondroitin, which again, inconclusive research, but it's a large molecule, so it has very poor absorption, and its purpose is to increase hyaluronic acid. So we just put the hyaluronic acid in there. So prime dreams. I think this may be, I'm going to say it's not my wrinkles, but I'm going to think this is why Stacey asked me to do this, because I'm like, prime dreams is my day. Like, I just love the prime dreams. It helps. It helps you to be able to sleep. It has magnesium to help your muscles relax. Passion flower helps relaxation. Chamomile, its calming effects. Melatonin helps control your sleep and wake cycles. 15 minutes, that's your warning. You got 15 minutes to get comfy after you take those. 2 of them in a serving, and you are just lights out, let you wake up, ready to go. And it even works on super hyper 18-year-olds, just so you know. That's over. Okay. I'm going to give you some of my stash. She's ever getting this without my permission, but you got 15 minutes, and she was bouncing off the walls, but sure enough, 15 minutes, I walked by, I'm like, yeah, she's gone. So, wonderful stuff. Then we have prime time female libido formula. So it supports healthy female libido, promotes normal sexual arousal and intensity, and promotes sexual pleasure and performance. So, all that in a ball, who knew? Then we have the prime feminine female support formula. This is basically helps with symptoms from PMS and for menopausal symptoms. Yeah, so Dr. Ed said he listened to, I hope this wasn't one of those dumb quotes, but I'm trying to keep them straight in my head, but he and Norma were listening to a presentation on this product, and he was like, Norma, that's so good, if you don't take it, I'm gonna. I hope she took it. Maybe got prime time performance formula for men. Do we even need to sell this? Like, if you need it, take it, great. I don't want to hear about it. urinary function, inhibits mild inflammation associated with the aging process. Almost gripped lip. Okay. So basically, these are some stats for the incidence of prostate cancer by age. And so you'll notice there's very low incidence up to about 44. And then from 45 to 84, there's much higher incidence, the median age being in particular like 66 years of age. There's higher risk factors that I wanted to introduce. It's more common in older men, like we mentioned. And then if you have, it's one of those that tends to reoccur in your family. And so, and it also is much higher in African American men. I don't know why. And the number of new cases per year is about 147 out of every 100,000. But that being said, you know, if you have multiple of these factors, then you might want to take a look at it because it's something, you know, you don't really want to mess with. Having prostate cancer and it's happening, it's not too far behind breast cancer. Actually, it doesn't get talked about as much, but it's still a serious concern. So here's a testimony that I found online that I thought was really good. My husband has tried a variety of these products. This has been the most effective for his prostate. Even on water pills, he's only up once a night. With others, he was still up at least 2 to 3 times. Our income has dropped, and we did try another brand that seemed to be pretty much the same. But he dribbled more and was up again more often in the night. So the extra cost is worth it. Our doctor was so impressed with the report that he started taking it too. I think that all men need to start taking this before they begin to have problems. Don't wait. So, get advice. So then we have our Prime Ultimate Longevity formula by Astaxanthin. So that's good. It's in isotonic forms. It helps with healthy muscle retention, improves and enhances memory, reduces muscle fatigue. It has branched chain amino acids, which just basically help rebuild, especially after workouts and stuff, and huperzine A. So then we have Prime Ultra HDH enhancer. And so, again, this is another experience, like with Dr. Ed, where I'm looking at it and online, they're like, you should only take this, there's all these issues because it's synthetic. And so I'm like, I don't know if I should even talk about this, you know? But I was reading about it, and it actually increases production and secretion of your body's own natural HGH. So it's not synthetic HGH, which helps increase strength, helps increase energy. And so it's actually really a great product, and there's a great testimony. I was incredulous until I felt the effects with the first dose. I had not been able to sleep a full night through in several years. Now I sleep like a baby and wake up refreshed. Additionally, I lost weight without even trying. Woo-hoo. 10 pounds with the first can. And people are even saying my bald spot is growing small. Since I really can't see it, I'll just take their word on it. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, so it stimulates HGH secretion in your body. It has nutritional ingredients. It has an HGH releaser, raising HGH levels in an entirely physiological manner. It gently stimulates the endocrine system to produce and release its own HGH naturally that ordinarily diminishes. It builds muscle, increases and governs and increases HGH, which governs the body's growth, aging, health, and health maintenance. So. Okay. Prime Vision Eye Health Formula. This is also very good. It promotes healthy vision, supports healthy eye tissue and blood flow, and promotes macular density. We have Prime Cognitive Memory Support Formula, which I got, but I keep forgetting to take. I think I really need it. It aids in improving and enhancing memory, helps minimize the effects of aging on the brain, and helps maintain normal brain physiology. So yeah, I definitely need that. Okay, and this is a really good one. I have lots of slides for this one. I got so into it. This is probably why I was up so late. So, Prime Age Defense Formula. So what is age? What does that mean? age that stands for advanced glycation end product. It helps, the product is especially good for people who might have diabetes. It helps promote healthy aging, promotes healthy metabolism of glucose, and supports a healthy endocrine system. So basically, how it's formed is sugar is combined with protein or fat, and when you add high heat to that, then you have glycation. So it really affects and encourages neurodegenerative and many other chronic illnesses. And skin health, cardiovascular health, eye health, muscle function, mental health, blood sugar, cell function, brittle bones. Like, it's very widespread. When I read about all the impact of these things, I was like, I need some of that. So advanced glycation end products are complex oxidant compounds created when simple sugars combine with proteins or fats, which we talked about. They affect nearly every type of cell and molecule. And they're a normal part of the aging process, but we actually consume quite a bit of them through our cooked foods. They accumulate in the cells, and they actually have double cell half-life than normal cells, so they stick around for a long time. So you really want to address this early on because they just continue to accumulate in your body. So a reduction in the glycation and the formation of ages support healthy blood glucose, lipid, and protein metabolism. Ages accumulate in structured proteins of ligaments, blood vessels, and blood vessel walls, and compromise microcirculation, especially within skin, blood vessels, and nerves, contributing to secondary complication of long-term diabetes, loss of joint mobility, neuropathy, inadequate blood supply to parts of the body. So it really affects, you have like your main veins, your main nerves, and then you've got all these tiny little nerves and tiny little veins that feed those, and it causes those to malfunction. And so then you're not getting the circulation or the brain function that you need. And so it's a pretty big deal. Okay, so I had some charts, and basically they talked about the AGE content of various foods. So for example, a broiled salmon fillet, which broiled means like directly under the high dry heat, had an AGE content of 3,012. If it were boiled for 18 minutes, it's 974. So you can see the variance between how you cook it. The high, dry heat, broiling, grilling, frying, roasting are major AGE sources. Boiling or stewing produce about half as many. So we have, and it's mostly meat and meat-based products and dairy that have these in there. So one of the highest ones was a chicken thigh with the skin roasted and then barbecue. I'm not sure what that means, like you put sauce on it or you put it on the grill, I'm not sure. But that was like 16,668. Like, that's a lot, stay away from that. But if you, in normal roasting it was like 10,000. And fried bacon, 11,905. Scrambled eggs, which is not nearly as exciting as bacon. 29, not as bad. But a fried egg, 1,237. What in the world? But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthy if it has a low AGE scale, because brown vodka, 0. Sugar, 0. So, basically, glycation is when a sugar molecule binds to collagen. So look at that, that makes your skin so soft and supple. And the sugar molecule binds to that collagen, and then the collagen becomes brittle and less elastic, which causes the skin to age. Well, then you add sun to that, and you really exacerbate the problem, and then you have that mixture mixture that you've got there, the sugar and the protein, form an AGE, advanced glycation product, which then the end product, they link together with other proteins, and they're responsible, at least in part, for the hardening, stiffening collagen with aged skin. Here's an example. This is a trucker who was always had the one side of his face to the window, and so you see that process on the one side of his face. Here's if he hadn't done that at all, that's both sides together, and then there's what he would look like if both sides were affected. So you can see from the left to the right, it makes a big impact. Here's another example where you have a twin, one that was in the sun a lot, and then one that wasn't, and I think she smoked as well. So you've got a lot of factors there. You know, what you eat, what you're exposed to, what you put in your body matter. And I love my son, so I need this product because I'm not going to go without the sun. So, okay, the last thing is Astaxanthin. Thank you. And so this is an amazing antioxidant. It is powerful. Oh my goodness, it has. Okay, well, I'm not going to skip ahead. I get so excited. So basically, anything that an antioxidant can do for you, this does on hyperdrive. So, and it benefits your heart, eye, skin, muscles, and this has 6 milligrams, which is high for an astaxanthin product. So basically, you'll see the ORAC value of a banana, 879, broccoli, 2,809, black beans, 8,040, ginger, 14,840, astaxanthin, 28,222. So it is a really powerful antioxidant. Yeah, so that is our prime and anti-aging line. So I have 2 questions for you. What was your favorite product that you learned about today? And what can I get you started with?